Sabrina Carpenter is calling someone out in her latest track, and while the internet thinks it's Barry Keoghan, I'm not so sure. Personally, it sounds more like a dig at Shawn Mendes. Yeah, we need to talk about this. But that's not all. This week was huge for music. It feels like every artist is trying to drop the song of the summer. Addison Rae just released her debut album, and what she had to say about her TikTok past. Honestly, it caught me off guard. And while we're talking about TikTok, Kylie Jenner is actually opening up, not just about her plastic surgery, but even her hair routine. And people are shocked because, let's be real, when do the Kardashians ever share anything like that? We're also going to get into JoJo Siwa finally confirming her relationship with Chris Hughes. It's official now, but the way she said it, there's a lot to unpack. Let's get into everything that happened this week. Oh, hey guys, it's Christy. Welcome back to the Weekly Tea. Like I said, it's been a wild week. Everyone's chasing that one song that'll define summer 2025, but so far, nothing's really hit that espresso or kiss me more moment. But Addison Rae is definitely giving it a shot. Have you listened to her debut album yet? Let me know in the comments because honestly, it's kind of crazy. Think about it. Addison tried to launch a music career back during the early TikTok days, and it flopped. Remember that super staged late night performance she did? It felt so forced, and people clowned her for it. Everyone lumped her in with Nessa, Huddy, Dixie. It just felt like another influencer trying to force a pop star narrative. But then she disappeared, kept a low profile, and then her songs leaked, and suddenly people were like, wait, is this actually good? Honestly, I think stepping out of the spotlight was the best thing that could have happened to her. People weren't.
I was posting like ridiculous amounts of videos a day.
Like how many?
Must have been like 7 to 8 videos, which were like me really trying and like making sure they felt good, you know? I don't know, I just was really going in.
How were you choosing the music that you wanted to be moving to in
I
those
was definitely
early...
strategic with it, you know? When I reflect back on that time, all this time that has passed, I've recognized how much choice and taste is kind of a luxury in a lot of ways. Because back then, when I was starting this and I was on TikTok and I was posting these things, and it was a lot about like, you know, how am I just gonna get out of here? Like, it wasn't even about like, all right, let me show the intricacies of myself right now. I didn't feel like I needed to do that yet. Which is why, and I think it comes up now, of people feeling like, oh, this is inauthentic. Or did you ever even like to make music? Or did you ever sing? Or were you ever anything more than just a TikTok dancer? Was because I was just like, I'm gonna make it out.
Tired of her. They were actually open to discovering new Addison, even though she'd been here all along. And now she's owning it. She did an interview with the New York Times and said straight up, what she's putting out now is her, not some character, not a performance. She admitted that back then when she was just trying to blow up on TikTok. She didn't have the luxury of showing her creative side. She was doing what she had to do to get seen. She even said she was posting 7 to 8 videos a day, carefully curated ones, and choosing her music strategically. She wasn't trying to be authentic. She was trying to survive the algorithm. And now people are asking, was she ever really into music? Or was this just a fame thing? And she's saying, this has always been her. She just didn't have the space to show it for. Honestly, I get it. She wanted to show us this side of herself from the beginning, but people were too fixated on her being just a TikToker. But now the vibe has completely shifted. People are actually rooting for her. And I think it's fascinating to watch this transformation unfold. So let me know, did you listen to her album? And what did you think about what she said in the interview? JoJo Siwa and Chris Hughes section. Now, speaking of people finally being honest about who they are, let's talk JoJo Siwa, because this was
in a
crazy.
lovely relationship with a very sweet boy named Christopher Hughes. And we met on Big Brother. Neither of us knew who each other was. We became really good friends, whatever. So about 2 nights ago, so we're deep into this at this point, we have the conversation about just like life and things, and all of a sudden the conversation of dream guest on my podcast comes up. Now, how this came up was me talking about like things that have happened that people like I'm a little bit embarrassed about or ashamed of, or people have bullied me for. And well, the reason why I bring this up is because he had absolutely no idea what dream guest on my podcast was, which fine, all good. But he really wanted to know what it was.
Earlier this week, Chris Hughes posted a picture of himself and JoJo in bed, him kissing her forehead. And I was like, okay, just say you're dating already. Then he posts again, this time with a bouquet of old roses, hinting at a special night. It felt very much like he had just asked her to be his girlfriend. And then, boom, JoJo gives an interview to The Guardian, and she finally says it. It's not platonic anymore. She took a long pause before saying it, like 20 full seconds, and then admitted she's head over heels for him. And apparently, it's mutual. After so many months of speculation, we finally got the confirmation. They're together. And she opened up even more in another interview, saying, I'm in a lovely relationship with a very sweet boy named Christopher Hughes. They met on Big Brother, had no idea who the other was, became friends.
Okay, me and Sherilyn are gonna do a hair tutorial. Finally, good evening everyone. Right now we're just blowing up my hair. We're here to try our best to show you how we get my waves. So I've got an 1.5 inch curling iron. I'm going towards the face, and I'm doing a really classic curl where it's all curled under towards the face for these bottom sections. Switching to an 1.25 inches, and I'm going to switch the type of curl I'm doing and the direction. Instead of doing a more classic curl, I am going to kind of start at the top and pull my way out. But really the biggest secret with this is just doing a bunch of different types so nothing lays together uniformly. I'm gonna do some wrapped like a wand, and I always go all the way to the ends because we like that really flippy kind of classic blowout look. This one I'm just going away from the face since we're starting to get into the bang area. So I'm going into the front with a flat iron. I like the control that I can get with this. And where I see people struggle getting the volume around the part line is usually because you're using a curling iron, and a flat iron is just gonna help give you a little bit more control.
And now they're fully in love. So all those comments, all those rumors, turns out we were right all along. Okay, and now let's get into Kylie Jenner. Because I never thought I'd say this, but Kylie actually opened up about her boob job. Yup, it started when a TikTok user made a video begging Kylie to tell her what she asked for at the plastic surgeon's office because Kylie had the perfect boobs. And guess what? Kylie answered. She said, 445cc, moderate profile, half under the muscle, silicone, Dr. Fisher. She even name-dropped the surgeon. Everyone online went into a frenzy. This was all over the news because, hello, it's so rare for anyone in the Kardashian-Jenner family to be this honest. Usually they gatekeep their beauty procedures like it's national security. Some fans were even like, everyone chill or she'll never tell us anything again. But that wasn't the case, because later that week, Kylie gave us a hair tutorial. And I know that might not sound like a big deal, but if you've been online lately, you've seen the viral videos of girls trying to recreate Kylie's exact waves. So Kylie and her stylist Sherilyn sat down and filmed a full-on tutorial breaking down how they do it step by step. And honestly, I think Kylie sees that people want more transparency, and maybe, just maybe, she's starting to give it. So yeah, this week has been full of surprises. From Sabrina possibly shading Shawn Mendes, to Addison Rae proving everyone wrong, to JoJo finding love, and Kylie spilling her beauty secrets. I want to know what you think about all of it. Did Addison's album live up to the hype? Is Kylie really turning a new leaf? And who do you think Sabrina was calling out in her song? Let's talk in the comments. Until next time, stay curious.
I'd really love to hear what you think in the comments. You guys mean the world to me, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.